Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. This is Julie with JFK Freedom. Would like to thank the Lord and give him credit for blessing me with these words that go out to the nations and kingdoms of the earth to root out and pull down, destroy and throw down, or to build and to plant. Okay, so here the Lord was talking about how um, some of the people that are involved with watching me are demon possessed. Well, so as much as all humanity gonna really try, bub, to blame all their evil behavior on dude. Not really gonna work, man. What with they all looking into them cell phony things daily for. Oh, I have a slight cold, so please excuse my voice. Yeah, bruh, so it a phony world you live in, man, and one that so we condone in some positivity sauce sharing your share, thanks, sis. That all right, ma'am. But beyond that, little darling, please, chick, if you could please keep your P's and Q's online to a minimum, doll, 'cause you prone to pop your top a little too quickly, miss, if you catch And there, dear ones, after we get a little wop out of the way of no, then it's on to exactly, dog. Exactly how we handlin' our little Julie chicken of the hour in my view for now, miss. 'Cause she got like death threats hanging over her head, dear ones, at this. If we don't pull through for her of no. But do she care to talk of it, miss, when you all well, so some of you salivatin', ain't you, dog? And that to see her particularly fall, dude, when it come to this. Yeah, man, so when it come to them trumpery warnin's that we gave her, just warnin's, man, in case your world was about to fall to pieces, dude, if your favorite dude of the hour didn't step up onto that boona in life and make you all the kings of the planet that you think you. Man, not really the time to go celebrating, 'cause, shh, dear ones, you for sure been through a lot as of late over in that. But still, my loves, you are still headed for a fall, hun, whether you're led by no black versus his white. Yeah, dear ones, so the racism card in America have been played out for quite some time, dear ones, 'cause they for sure was some breakthroughs in your country like a long 60s time ago, miss. So just, yeah, dear ones, so it time to adjust your attitude, chickens, 'cause the days of killin' it for my people is about over, miss, as far as economically speakin', bub. Oh, you'll get your revival, bub, no worries about. But well, humble as hell exiles from society of mine, man, and how they just about ripe, man, for a move from my Holy Spirit, dude, into they, versus all this. Well, so it really trashed some of you consumin' dear ones, and I mean like daily, chick, and my little chickadee here about loath to admit it, darlings, that she learned in the hard way, dear ones, that, yeah, papa, so consumin' all this secular movie stuff just make me feel, well, disgusting, Lord. And he winked. And she just about right, miss, to be missin' a few more religious but cool as F movies from yo, Mr. Perry. Yeah, dude, so she ain't got the nerve to dive down that Netflix deep end just yet, bro, 'cause she's still feelin' a little guilty for. But well, dog. Here the Lord's hands were on his hips. He was standing, legs apart. Little girlies of mine who ain't got no schedule, miss, and how she for sure were told by me, chick, to stop longin' for they. Therefore she turned the knob on that cell phone all the way down to null, man, and turned up that TV knob to see it for herself, boys, that. Yeah, Lord, so I don't think this stuff that cool anymore, man, now that I'm gettin' to see it all of no. Years, bruh. Yeah, folks, so she kept herself back from that secular stuff for years, boys, before she decided, well, Lord, I ain't got anything to do, man, except raise my kiddos of no, and maybe eke out something for dinner tonight of no. And he winked. Yeah, dude, so them Austrians like to eat bread, folks, and we mean like ever condemned. Yes, dog, like that, man. So before you go praising our little chickadee for serving his yeah, it said like that, so maybe I was supposed to explain a little bit. They have the dark bread and they have different kinds that are made each day. I don't think they're as fresh as they used to be, but it's pretty well considered fresh compared to what you could get in America, in my view. And They have different spreads that you can put on it. I'm sorry, maybe it's changed in America. I haven't been there in 12 years. But they have little spreads you can put on the bread or like meat, different meats with cheese. Like the deli meat thing is like a big deal here. People stand in line for the deli to get their meat sliced fresh and stuff. So that's kind of a thing. I used to really try to like get him the fresh meat from the deli and all that, but yeah, he does the grocery shopping at the moment. Uh, just because Mr. Z tries to keep sending people in to cause problems at the register almost every time I go into the store. So, yeah, just letting Max continue that for now. By the way, I can't really stand eating bread that much, but I try. So I would say I make it about 80 or 90% of the time also eating bread with him. But right now I'm back to the American style. They call it toast bread here. So I'm eating the toast bread for now. Um, So before you go praising our little chickadee for serving his, just on Saturdays, man, when he all tired from talking to. Yeah, doll, so he got just like one friend, sis, who lived like in another town, folks. So nah, man. Wasn't no real reason for him to ignore his. To the point she started losing her. Well, dog, so it were both of them things, dear ones. So yes, chick, we hold him shuled for ruining her. Chances of a lifetime bloke at that. But do she care to fight for her sanity all the time, man? When she know I got like clean up work to do on aisle 11 for her folks before we can move forward with this love story of a lifetime, bro, and one that she earned it, man. That wonderful little chance to blow his, nah, dog, not that, although his heart, dude, and baby boy just about been through it with me, man. In these past years, folks, wondering it on my aces of why, Lord, do it seem like I'm attracting the one girl in town who like forbidden for me to touch, bro? 'Cause I for sure am looking forward to it, Lord, having a gal of my own that I can stroke and love of no. Man. And very rough, dude. Truly, man. Otherwise we wouldn't be trusting him with a chickadee of a lifetime bloke and one that we yeah, as far as commentary goes, not was just thinking a little bit about what I've been watching and just wish there was more about God that they would throw in from Hollywood from time to time, but knowing that it's all controlled by Satanists basically is of course explains why they don't put it in there at all basically. And the original Matrix actually was written by a Christian man. I'm not sure if y'all knew that. And his idea was swiped by someone. So there's an interview about that. But I'm sorry, I can't remember where it's at. I think it was on Rumble somewhere. Anyway, but speaking to the Lord is a little bit hard for me at the moment, just because he's on the other side. Really, he'll say a lot of positive things and talk to me in a very sweet way, which is really cool. But at the same time, it's hard for me to listen at the moment. It's hard for me to believe him totally at the moment, I guess I should say. Um, and he doesn't want me to have too big of an ego about things. So if something's going well, then he doesn't want to like sit around and talk about what's going well too much because then he doesn't want me getting an ego. But he doesn't want me being sad either. So he's trying to help me find that balance as well. So it just makes things a little bit tricky at the moment. But being sick, I have spent some time just laying down and he will let me sometimes just let my thoughts roam and do as they do versus interjecting commentary in there, which he used to do all the time. So he does give me a chance to have my own thoughts from time to time and just see where it goes. Um, but I have to be careful what I reach out to with my mind. So if I reach out to a scenario or a scene or something from the past or my day, he can quickly give me insight into that, and it can make me frustrated sometimes because I know he's right, but I don't feel like talking about it. But I already thought about it, so it's then I'll just be like, okay, I'm changing the topic, in my mind. So it's a little bit complicated with that, but still really nice to finally have some insight into life and into other people. That part is good, I have to say. I'm finally thankful to have an understanding of my world and why things have not been going so well for the longest. But yeah, hoping for a turnaround, and we will see how that pans out. And yeah, I was thinking about the Trump thing, but he never did say he would lose. He was just saying it could happen. So trying to help people not like idolize him, basically, I think is the main thing. Even if he was a Christian, as some people believe, even if he was really a great Christian, they don't want to idolize people like ever, no matter how good they might be, or inspired by the Holy Spirit, or talented at this or that. The Lord doesn't want us to put any person as an idol in our minds above him. And if he perceives that, he's able to like work with a person to take that idol away and see how they react. So the Lord does things quite personally for each of us. It may sound silly, but if you, let's say you had a hummingbird as a pet and you idolize this hummingbird, then the Lord can make sure that that thing gets sick for a while and see how you react to that situation. And he's really in control of a lot of small situations that we may not perceive or understand till later. You go back and look at it. Almost anything that seems really painful can be used by the Lord for good. And that is something that I'm slowly learning through this situation that I'm in. Um, but it's just hard to, I'm just not talking about that side of things at the moment, because I don't want to run around pretending I'm thankful for all this, because Mr. Z could put the pressure on even more. So I have to be careful how I speak and what I talk about. But in general, the Lord is still sovereign over this world, although Satan is the king of the prince of the air, or whatever that is, that how that phrase goes. And he has a glass ceiling too, so he can only go to certain amount for each person on this earth, depending where they're at. So we will see. We'll see how that plays out in the next few years, but I still think we have time, some 2025 time, to get some things together and take a trip if you have a bucket list, things like that. I think there's still some time. So I hope that y'all will keep that in mind and take it with a grain of salt when you hear people say disaster is coming any second. Some of those prophets and prophetesses are actually very correct in what they heard from the Lord. It's just the timing, the feeling they get inside is a little bit intense, and they might think it's tomorrow that something might hit, but it could still be in a year or 2 years or even 3. It just doesn't feel that way because they're experiencing it like the invasion is happening right now. Like that's kind of how those dreams roll and those visions. And when the Lord speaks, you can feel the urgency of the Holy Spirit. So don't get confused by that. Don't be deceived by people who are pretending that they've had those encounters with the Lord. Yeah. It's a dangerous minefield online at the moment. But anyway, I hope the Lord can continue to guide you in your personal life, or not. I know we have some not people on the channel, but either way, I actually do wish you well and hope you're doing good. Remember, God turns darkness into light. God bless you.